Hello, Pisces. It's your turn for your May reading. I hope you all are doing well. We are in the season of Taurus. Taurus is pretty much the neck of the zodiac. And also, like for the chakra, it's blue, which is the throat chakra, which is all about self expression and speaking your truth. So don't be afraid to speak up when there's problems and situations, especially in the season and everything. And then we have a full moon in Scorpio on the 18th. Could affect you of some kind, but not to worry. And also, we have Uranus going on for 7 years in Taurus. So there's a lot of things going on with the energies and stuff. So do keep in mind with that. I was going to read up a little bit of your horoscope that I found earlier. Just give you an insight of what to look for the month. All right, May 2019 shows that if you start this month off in the teenalest bit of a funk on the first and second, don't let it get you down. Instead, listen to yourself. Is your psyche sending you some signals that you've been too stressed out? Instead of pushing through, you should back off. Take some time for you. Go to the Finnish sauna and sweat. Bring a good book and hang out on the lounge chairs all afternoon. Or just take a nap. Definitely cancel any plans that sound stressful. You'll be back in shape and eager to socialize and network in no time, as long as you take good care of yourself now. That includes checking in with your diet, which you should do, maybe with the help of an acupuncturist on the 6th and 7th. Pisces, you may need to restructure a partnership if it isn't working for you on the 11th and 12th. Just calmly bring up your concerns and find a better solution. A well-placed ally gets you a plum position you applied for on the 17th and 18th. Send a banquet of daisies as a thank you. Wonderful days. Renovate all your passions on the 22nd, 23rd of May. Take time out again on the 28th, 29th, or 30th. You'll be ready for romance on the 31st. Alright, I did pre-shuffle the cards and laid them out for you guys to make it a lot easier. Bottom of the deck, you have the Four of Pentacles, which is pretty much, the weather, of what to look out for the month. I really feel like, okay, it's really weird when I was looking up the meaning too, because I kind of forgot. It's about conversation and stability, which doesn't make sense to me for this card when it's in upright. I always feel like this is a card about, not only about stability, but also too about holding on to things that you possess. It could be materialism, it could be emotions, it could be overly, possessive of things when it comes to other people, situations. It could be a whole lot of things. Take it as it resonates in your world. You guys are very spiritual people, but I feel like it's about letting go because you're holding so tightly on something. Maybe it's an idea, something that, and maybe in some way is kind of harmful for you. That's just how I feel with that card, the way it presents itself. Don't mind the dogs barking in the background. So yeah, I think a lot is going on this month in general. I know a lot of you may be kind of under the weather, kind of not feeling the greatest. A lot going on in your life, but let's get into it. Okay, you're coming in of May with the Emperor in reverse. This is a fiery energy. It's also a father figure. You could be dealing with a father type person in your life, or you're carrying on this energy in the beginning of the month. I just feel like too, with it being in reverse, you can't control everything. And I know a lot of you've gone through these situations in past tense where, you know, things were out of your control. It was just too much. Don't overexert yourself if it's making you feel like you really don't have grasp of the situation. Maybe that's why that's coming up, is lose ties, with people that don't work for you, with situations that don't work for you. Just release the control. And then you have the Knight of Swords in reverse. This is a card about communication, fast communication coming towards you. But with it being in reverse, I feel like it's about, there could be a possible communication coming into you, but not likely, I'm feeling. But, there's really, maybe this is you trying to move forward on something you can't have emotional control over, and you want to take action on it, or you want to communicate, but you don't really feel up to it, possibly. And then you have the King of Wands. So it's all about perception here. It really does. You want to communicate to someone, or you want someone to communicate to you, but also too, you have to look at it from a broader perspective, I feel like. And then you have the Fool card in reverse. So take it as you resonate. It may not apply all, but some. This is about new beginnings. It's also the card of Uranus. There's so much information about this card out there. I may not even get it all correct, but what I do know, this dog right here is supposed to be spirit. And this, as a Fool, sometimes we want to start on this new journey or this new adventure in life, but we need to be aware of the consequences of where our actions are going. Where are we going in life, And so with it being in reverse, I feel like there's no new beginnings, no start on it. You may be kind of questioning or kind of contemplating on starting something with new, but you're kind of like, nah, I'm good. I don't know. That's for some of you who may be single. Those of you in a relationship, you may want to start something new to your liking, about, maybe moving, maybe getting a better stability of yourself, of, maybe that's implying to you, you want things to change for the best, especially when it comes to your surrounding and such. And then you have the High Priestess in reverse. So this is your card. Do listen to your intuition. You guys are all about, the higher realms, God, source. But with it being in reverse, there may be something you really need to listen to source. You really need to listen to God on something, on a matter, especially about when it comes to new beginnings. Some of you are shutting down offers. I feel like that. Some of you are ready to start on something new, but yet you really don't know how you feel about it. That could be why this card is in reverse. And then you have the Strength card. So this is a card of Leo. You could be surrounded by this energy with Leo. You could be dealing with a Leo. It can go either or you're carrying on this energy, which it's, maybe you're in this kind of mode. I know some of you have been, where, your energy is sacred to you. The people in your life that matter to you the most are sacred to you, but at the same time, you don't want to put all this hard energy, this hard work into something that is not going to last, especially when it comes to your relationship. You guys are in it for the long haul. So I feel like with those coming by that before the Strength card, it's indicating, listen to your gut. Listen to your higher psyches of what it's saying about when it comes to people, when it comes to situations, and really go on that higher realm of consciousness. And then you have the Judgment card. This is a card about, enlightenment. It also could indicate, maybe you're putting a judgment call on something, or someone has a judgment call on you. Maybe there's something being brought to light this month that is going to awaken you in some way. I know a lot of you have been awakening and more in tuned, with yourself. And this could be an enlightenment of something that recently happened with some of you, where you realize how strong you are. And maybe you took on this Leo energy and it really got you wondering, I don't have time for this. I don't have the energy. I don't have the mental capacity to even deal with this. And so there could be something you have been going through recently, or you're going to continue to go through, where you're going to be woken up and you're going to see things more clearly than what they are. But yeah, like I said, listen on your intuition. If you feel like certain people, in some way neglect you, some people don't really want you in their life, don't go for it. But always remind yourself, you got to look out for yourself. You got to, more be in line with your inner self, your inner strength. Then you have the Hierophant in reverse. That's all about, the higher spiritual card, the foundations, the structures. It could be the marriage card too, to some instance. But with it being in reverse, I feel like, it's indicating to me your foundation may be a little bit off balance when it comes to everything that you want to achieve, when it comes to, these relationships you surround yourself with, maybe family members. There's imbalances here. And then you have the Four of Wands. That is the marriage card, celebration card. I was thinking what else it was. Something else. Anyways, with it being in reverse, I feel like something that has to do with a relationship or celebration, maybe. I don't know. I just feel like you've gotten an understanding of what it is about relationships, what it is about marriages, what it is about love, per se. Maybe that's the judgment. Maybe that's the enlightenment of what you want. You don't want something that's not going to be long term. And then you have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So there could be a point, Pisces, this month where you're really letting go of everything that all the struggles, all the abandonments, all of the feelings like you had no control over something. And I feel like you're releasing yourself and you're moving on from that. But also, too, you have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So that's usually about opportunities, divine timing. So things aren't really coming. Maybe you don't have the answer on how you want to move forward on something. And it's getting you really uncomfortable. It's getting you very disheartening, especially when it comes to family dynamics. There's really no opportunities here to move forward. Then lastly, you have the Devil card. You need to free yourself from something, I feel like, whether it's something, in a relationship, whether it's about moving forward with you and another person or you as an individual. Devil card is about, things that are an addiction, things that possess us, things that are toxic. Also, too, could indicate, how you view the outcome of something, because, opportunities. Maybe how you view, like, you want to be, like those of you who are single, you want to be in a relationship with someone, but at the same time, you don't want to feel like, it's all on you. It's all on your shoulders to do it alone. But also, too, with the Devil, I feel like it's indicating, don't get too caught up in the end results of things. I feel like a lot of you need to set yourself free from the past. This could be past energy. Like maybe you were in a relationship that was no good for you. And so you view everything as what the past was. And therefore it gets you stuck in your head, and then you can't move forward. Then you can't move into these relationships that come to you. And I feel like a lot of you have been doing that. Like those of you who are single, you've been in this endless cycle where you want something, but yet you're always going to view something like past tense. I think a lot of Pisces and Cancer, have been going through a lot of similar things, mirroring each other and stuff. But I feel like you have to get out of this endless cycle that you're always worried about the outcome of something. Sometimes you just need to take a chance on things. But also, too, you don't want to just take a chance or just take a leap of faith on something if it's going to lead you feeling like this, feeling like we're chained up together or we have an endless of drama with this person. I just feel like before you make any sudden leap of faith, you've got to change your perception. Leo had that card. You could be dealing with a Leo. It's all about our perceptions, Pisces. Sometimes when we view things of the toxicities in our past, we view it as what's gonna happen in my next relationship. And then we self-sabotages these beginnings, divine relationships by self-sabotaging them. It's easy to do. I've done it many times. But I just feel like you need to change your perception. You need to let go of your control of something that's been holding you down. It could be an addiction you have with money. There's nothing wrong with making money, but I just feel like some things just need a balance out. Like when we're so focused on making that dollar that we forget what's really important. Taking time out for ourselves, yes, but the world around us, things that matter the most to us, things that are close to us. I'm just speaking out of love. I feel like a lot of you guys have been trapped in this mind game where you're always thinking the worst case scenarios when it doesn't have to be that way. Just because you had one bad toxic relationship doesn't mean the next one's going to be like that. It could be actually something that is working for you instead of against you. I don't mean to get all in your business, but that's what I see with these cards. Anyways, bye-bye.